Hello everybody, this is Joshua Krieger at Krieg Sports Talk, and today we had our first major deal of the NFL season. Joe Flacco was traded to the Broncos for a 4th round pick. So this is the first major deal that has happened in the NFL. And before I get too deep in this video, I want to make sure that if you like this video, please subscribe and give a like button. And say your comments about the Joe Flacco trade. So Joe Flacco is going to the Broncos for a 4th round pick. I really wasn't expecting Joe Flacco to be traded to the Broncos. I just really wasn't expecting it because the Broncos had Case Keenum, and I thought they had a good year with Case Keenum. I mean, they had a .500 record. They were playing pretty decently. They beat the Pittsburgh Steelers when the Steelers outscored them by 300-something yards. I thought they played pretty well. But I'm flabbergasted about this. They're going to end up taking Joe Flacco's salary, which is $18.5 million for 2019, $20.25 million in 2020, and then $24.25 million in 2021. That's a lot of money. Now, compared to NFL standards of how much you're paying for a quarterback, that's not terrible. When you think about Joe Flacco's numbers that he's put up, he's not worth $18.5 million. He just isn't. Case Keenum is on a way easier contract, I think, and he's on a shorter contract too. So I thought Case Keenum was a better fit in the Broncos system. But nonetheless, it makes the Ravens better in the long run. They're going to be taking $6 million dead cap this year, but next year they freed up $20 million and $25 million. So they can go and pay somebody. You can pay a good wide receiver to come and help develop Lamar Jackson. You can pay a good defensive player because that's what you need. Because I'm just going to go on of what I think about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is going to last 4 to 5 years the way he's playing. I do not think he's going to be able to sustain this type of play. We saw it with Robert Griffin III. He played for a year like this, and then he got injured. And you already saw him. The Chargers figured him out that one game in the playoffs. So I think Lamar Jackson will be a successful quarterback, but he needs to develop some sort of passing ability. So I think this was a very good move for the Baltimore. I would give him a B on this. I would give him a B+ move on this. But for the Broncos, I'd give him a D-. I mean, you gave up a 4th round pick, which 4th round pick isn't terrible for a quarterback they're getting. But Joe Flacco is an average quarterback, and he and Case Keenum have put up identical numbers. You go through Case Keenum's numbers and Joe Flacco's numbers, they're nearly identical. So, you didn't get any better. And now you're going to have to try and get rid of Case Keenum. And if you don't get rid of Case Keenum and you end up cutting him, that's $10 million in dead cap money. But I get what the Broncos are trying to do. The Broncos are trying to find a starting quarterback that they haven't been able to find since Peyton Manning left. I mean, these are 3 names they've gone through. Brock Osweiler, Trevor Siemian, and Paxton Lynch. And those quarterbacks have not panned out except Brock Osweiler for like half a season. And then Peyton Manning finished the season and they won the Super Bowl. But they just haven't had good luck getting quarterbacks, and John Elway is trying to find a starting quarterback. Will Joe Flacco be that man? I really don't think so. I don't think this will make the Broncos better. I do not think it will help them make the postseason next year. I feel the AFC is loaded. The Colts, the Ravens, the Browns, the Steelers, if they get their act together. You got the Patriots, the Chiefs. there's a lot of good teams in the AFC that really I don't think the Broncos are going to be able to keep up with to make the playoffs. So I really don't think they got any better. They're going to take in a lot of his money, and now you're going to have to try and get rid of an average quarterback who everybody knows you're trying to get rid of. So that's kind of what happened in this trade. Again, this was the first major trade that happened in the NFL. So we're kicking into NFL trade season. Antonio Brown requested a trade. I'm planning on coming out with a video on Antonio Brown being requested, and Kareem Hunt signed with the Browns. That's coming out later. I'm not sure when, but it's coming out soon. So just to recap, really, I don't think the Broncos got any better trading Case Keenum for Joe Flacco, basically. The Ravens, this was a hell of a move that they did that I think was really good. You're taking $6 million dead cap this year, but you're opening up $25 million in cap space. So this was very big for the Ravens. So this is a shorter video today, but please subscribe, like the video, and put in the comments what you think about the Joe Flacco trade. Thank you guys. Have a good day.